Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there lived a young woman named Priya. She was gifted, a sharp mind, a warm heart, and a dream that burned brightly inside her. She wanted to become a successful entrepreneur and build a company that would change the lives of people in her community. Everyone who knew her believed she had the potential. Her teachers called her a diamond in the rough. Her parents called her their greatest pride. But Priya had one dangerous habit. She never felt urgency. She always believed tomorrow was kinder than today. "I'll start my business plan next week," she'd say. "I'll learn that new skill next month. I'll take action when the time is right." And so, days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. Her dream remained exactly where she left it, in her mind, untouched, gathering dust. One afternoon, feeling restless and lost, Priya visited her old university professor, Dr. Meera. Dr. Meera was a woman of wisdom and grace, known for her remarkable success stories and the students she had shaped over the decades. Priya knocked on her door with a heavy heart. "Professor," she said, sitting down quietly, "I feel like life is passing me by. My friends have started companies, gotten promotions, built families. I am still standing at the same place I was 5 years ago. What is wrong with me?" Dr. Meera smiled gently, rose from her chair, and walked to the window. She looked out at the courtyard where a beautiful garden bloomed. "Do you see that garden, Priya?" she asked. Priya nodded. 20 years ago, that courtyard was empty, just dry, cracked soil. A young gardener named Rajan was given the responsibility to transform it. The university gave him seeds, tools, water, and a full year to build the most beautiful garden the campus had ever seen. Priya leaned in, curious. "Rajan was talented just like you. He had every resource he needed. But on the first day, he said to himself, 'The weather is too hot today. I'll begin tomorrow.' And so he waited. The next day, he had a headache. The day after, his friends invited him to a gathering. A week passed, then 2 weeks, then a month. By the time Rajan finally decided to plant the seeds, winter had arrived. The soil had hardened. The seeds that needed the warm season to take root now struggled to survive. He worked day and night in the cold, but the plants grew weak and thin. When spring came, instead of a flourishing garden, the courtyard had patches of wilted green and bare earth. Rajan stood in the middle of that half-dead garden with tears in his eyes, not because he lacked the skill or the seeds or the water, but because he had wasted the one thing that could never be returned to him: time. The room fell silent. Priya felt the words settle deep inside her chest. Dr. Meera turned around and looked at her former student with kind but serious eyes. "Priya, time is the only currency in life that is given equally to everyone. The richest man and the poorest man both receive the same 24 hours each day. The only difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they spend those hours. Every minute you delay your dream, someone somewhere is working on theirs. And one day you will look up and wonder, not why you failed, but why you never truly began." Priya felt tears prick her eyes. She had heard similar words before, from her parents, her friends, but hearing it through the story of Rajan made it feel real in a way it never had before. She could see herself in him. She could feel the cold soil beneath her own fingers. That evening, Priya went home and did something she had postponed for 3 years. She opened her laptop and began writing her business plan. Not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. It wasn't perfect. The first draft was messy and full of gaps, but it was real. It existed outside of her mind for the first time. And that small act of beginning lit a fire inside her that she had been afraid to start for far too long. Over the next several months, Priya worked with a focus and discipline she had never known before. She woke up early, used her evenings wisely, and stopped waiting for the perfect moment, because she had finally understood that the perfect moment was never coming. The moment she was in was the only moment she had. 2 years later, Priya launched her startup. It was small at first, just 3 employees and a modest office, but it grew steadily and surely because it was built on the solid foundation of consistent, timely action. At the launch event, when asked what her greatest lesson had been, Priya smiled and said, "I used to think time was something I had plenty of. Now I know time is something you either use or lose. It doesn't wait, it doesn't negotiate, and it never comes back. The best day to start was yesterday. The second best day is today." Time is the most precious gift life gives us. Every sunrise is an opportunity. Every hour is a seed. Plant it wisely, and one day you will stand in a garden that took your breath away. Waste it, and you will stand in that empty courtyard wondering what could have been. Don't be Rajan before the winter. Be Priya after the lesson. Start today. Start now. If you found this story meaningful, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon, because every week we bring you stories that inspire, motivate, and remind you of the extraordinary life you are capable of living.